We move over to Class M, which is, you want to talk about tournaments where we have no idea what's going to happen. This is it. It's all over the place. Mike alluded to it in his tournament previews. Let's go up to the top of the bracket. East Lyme is your number one seed. As Mike said in his preview, congratulations, East Lyme. You're the champs. You're the number one seed. You get Notre Dame West Haven, number 16 seed in the first round on Wednesday. That's a tough draw for them. At the bottom there, you have Avon, the number 8 seed, and Farmington, the number 9 seed. Would anyone be shocked if Notre Dame, which has not had a great year like it did a few years ago, would anyone be shocked if Notre Dame came out of this bracket?
I would not.
No, not at all.
Okay, moving on. It's tough. It's tough with the way they see this. Notre Dame, I had not seen Avon, I have not seen Farmington, but Notre Dame is, they play in SEC Division I, and that's a tough. They've played a lot of pretty good teams, Notre Dame. Yeah. So I like them coming out of there. Number 4, on the other side of that bracket, number 4, Weston will play Pomprog, a 21-2 winner over E.O. Smith. Pomprog out of the SWC. They got to play their SWC, and I believe they won the last time out, right?
Yes, they did beat them twice. I think Weston has a pretty good shot to come out of that quarter.
Number 5, Watertown, which played in the WCLC final. And number 12, Woodstock is the other side. I mean, I look at that bracket, I just say Weston all day, every day, coming out of that one, even though they are the SWC runners-up. Moving over to the bottom of the bracket, number 2, Wethersfield, a pretty good team out of the CCC. They will face Brookfield, a 5-4 winner out of Waterford. That opened my eyes a little bit. I thought that was interesting. Waterford has been a good lacrosse program out of the ECC, and Brookfield just beat them by a goal. Wethersfield, I think, has got some firepower. That is the 2-15 game. And going down at the bottom bit, Massac, a number 7 team, a team that's been like Ludlow, in Class L, has been kind of knocking on the SWC door a bit. And they're the number 7 seed. They play Fitch in the other first round game on that side of the bracket. Any thoughts on that bracket, Mike? Have you seen Massac?
I have not. Came close to seeing them once, but I have not. I went with Wethersfield in print just because I'm a hockey guy, probably. They've got some guys that have had some success out there, and then they've had a nice little season this year as well. Wouldn't be surprised if Massac did something there either, but that's just the way I went.
I'm going to have to go with Massac in that one. Massac coming out of that region, the Wethersfield region, just plainly because they're an SWC team, although I could see Wethersfield doing it as well. Those are obviously the top 2 teams out of that. On the other side of the bracket, Barlow, the 3 seed, will face SWC rival Bethel, the number 19. Barlow defeated Bethel in their matchup this year, 19-2. Bethel not quite at that level yet. In the bottom half of the bracket is the SEC Division I runner-up versus the SEC Division II runner-up. Hand versus Lyman Hall. Lyman Hall, of course, played great in that SEC Division II final versus Amity. You thought Amity was going to roll away with it. They forced overtime until falling late, but they played great in that game. But do they have enough to play and beat number 6 Hand, which just cracked the top 10 for the first time? They played pretty well. Take out the first quarter, actually, of their SEC Division II final versus Fairfield Prep, and they played pretty well. They were down 6-0, but in the second quarter, Ryan Bordieri, their goalie, who I thought played great once he got the jitters out, started making a lot of saves, and then they started scoring. I got to think the Hand in this bracket, at least maybe in the entire tournament, is probably one of the best teams in Class M. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I think I'd agree with you there. I mean, since very early in the season when they played a bunch of, I think they played 3 top 10 teams in a row and gave up some goals. Hand's been really stingy defensively, and it seems like the goalie's been in on that every time. This is another little corner of the bracket where you kind of wish the seeding had broken differently, because I think Hand and Barlow are probably 2 of the top 4 teams in the class, and it's going to be a tough out for one of them. But yeah, I agree with you. I think Hand's the class of this class here.
So what do you think? So I think we all kind of agree Notre Dame, West Haven, probably the team coming out of there. Weston coming out of the top side. And then kind of a toss-up. We kind of don't know quite whether it's Wethersfield or Massac. And then the other side, whoever wins the Hand-Barlow game, I believe that's Saturday, we'll get to the Final Four there. And who do you guys like for a champion? Mike?
I've got Hand over Weston.
I like Hand too. I just think I'm looking at their schedule, and I like the teams that they've played. Their losses are, against solid teams. I mean, they played Wilton 10-8 that was a loss, but and Prep 9-6 late in the season. So, those games really set you up well for a deep run.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to have to go with Hand over Weston in the championship on that one as well.